Be seated. And welcome to our 61st, that's right, 61st Wellston Rotary Show, Appalachian Springtime. Now we're so happy you can join us because we're going to chock tonight full of those songs that come from your neck of the woods. Now before I get started, I do have one question I'd like to ask you. Isn't this the best looking group that you've ever seen? Circle! There they are. Lights! There we go. And of course, the next part's not going to be quite as easy. Let's bring in our inman because our producer, Len Hosapple, you know Len, he doesn't want me to mention him, but he needs to be mentioned because he has to put up with us. He handed me this because we have a situation. As you know, we are doing our Rotary show here at Wellston High School. We do want to thank the high school. We want to thank Superintendent Karen Block and also Megan Sowers, the principal, and Paul Sims and his crew. They've done a great job. Let's give them a round of applause. They made us feel at home, but since we're in school property, keep in mind we're under federal and state regulations, and the Consumer Product Safety Commission mandates that we must warn you against anything that constitutes a risk. So before I introduce the inmen, we need to let you know that they do constitute a risk. Now, we think that you'll be completely safe. However, do we have any doctors, nurses, or first responders in here? Anyway, if we do, keep in mind they're inmen. There are some strong emissions involved here, and you could experience some side effects. So by law, we have to give you these side effects. So here they go. And if this happens to you, you do need to seek immediate medical attention. Here they are. Anxiety, agitation, acid reflux, insomnia, irritability, hostility, aggressiveness, nervousness, hot flashes, abnormal thinking, aggravated depression, aggressive reaction, oily discharge, alcohol problem, apathy, confusion, loss of appetite, depression, forgetfulness, hallucinations, jitteriness, obsessive-compulsive disorders, head reaction, anger, delirium, delusion, disorientation, mood swings, nightmare, psychotic disorders, and a frequent urge to urinate. Truthfully, they're the heart of the soul of our Rotary show. We're so happy to bring them out. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mark Anderson.
Good evening, Mr. Interlocutor.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
I'm glad to be here, man.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah. You know, I got a friend. I got this one friend. He's got a wife that's a very nice girl, very nice woman. Yeah. She had a medical problem.
Medical?
Yes. And she went to the doctor. She's brunette. Did I tell you that?
No,
She's brunette. Mexican. Anyway, took her to the doctor, and she went in the doctor's office. The doctor said, "So what's wrong with you?" She said, "Doesn't matter where I touch myself, I just feel excruciating pain."
No matter where?
No matter where. And he said, "That's impossible." He said, "You got to show me." So she took her finger and she touched her elbow, and she just screamed. She was in agony. Oh, yeah. Then she took her finger and she touched her knee, and unbelievable pain. Then she touched her foot, screaming. And the doctor said, "That's enough, that's enough." He said, "You're not really a brunette, are you?" And she said, "No, I'm not. I dyed my hair brown." He said, "I thought so." He said, "Your finger's broken." Same woman, her husband took her to Cincinnati. They're a little more sophisticated in Cincinnati than we are. You might know that. And so they're standing on the street corner, and the light turns red, and there's a buzzer goes on.
Buzzer?
A buzzer. And she hears that, and she said, "What's that?" And he said, When the light turns red, the buzzer goes off. She said, why does it do that? He said, that's for the blind people. She said, why in the world do they let the blind people drive? Mark Anderson.
Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Sheets. Hey,
How's it going? Doing well, thank you.
Good.
And this old farmer drives over to the neighbors and knocks on the door, and the little boy answers the door and says, is your dad home? The little boy says, no, sir. Go to the tent. Says, is your mother home? The boy says, nope. He wants his dad to tent. All right. Says, is your brother Howard home? Says, nah, he won't be back till tomorrow. So the boy, he's kicking around there, mumbling. The boy says, well, I know where the tools are. You know, you need some tools, or if you need me to leave a message, you know, I can deliver a message. Farmer just kind of kicking around there a little bit. He says, well, I need to talk to your dad about your brother Howard getting my daughter Susie pregnant. Yeah. He said, yeah, you really need to talk to Dad, but he charges $500 for the bull, $50 for the hog. I don't know what he charges for Howard.
Greg Sheets. Ladies and gentlemen, Don Souders. Hey, Don.
You know my friend Jimmy Wood?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I know Jimmy.
He's quite a duck hunter.
Really?
He goes all over the country hunting duck. He loves to hunt duck. He was up Lake Rupert the other night. Game warden come along. Went up to Jimmy, he said, what are you doing? Jimmy said, I'm hunting duck. He said, have you got any? Jimmy said, yeah, I got 3. Said, I want to see them. He pulled the duck out, handed it to him. Game warden looked at it. Stuck his finger up. I believe the word rectum.
Yeah, back.
He said, that's a Pennsylvania duck. Jimmy said, how in the world can you tell that? He said, years of scientific study. Years and years of science. That's a Pennsylvania duck. You have a Pennsylvania duck stamp? And I said, well, I think so. And Bill pulled out and went through it. Sure enough, he had a Pennsylvania duck stamp.
That was good.
Handed him another one. Same thing. He said, that's a West Virginia duck. Jimmy said, man, you're good. How do you know that? He said, years and years of scientific study. And he said, that's a West Virginia duck. You have a West Virginia duck stamp? Jimmy said, I think so. He did. Handed him the 3rd duck. Same procedure. He said, man, that's a Kentucky duck. You have a Kentucky duck stamp too? We said, yeah, I think it is. Game warden said, man, all these duck stamps, where in the world are you from? Jimmy unbuckled his belt, pulled his pants around his belly. He said, you're so smart, you tell me.
Don Souders. As many of you know, this was a very sad year for Wellston Rotary's fraternity of inmen. We were heartbroken when we lost our longtime inman friend and Rotarian, Paul Esmond. Now, I don't know about you, but I can still remember sitting at the old Wellston High School and see Paul get up from his chair, and I'd be laughing before he even got to the microphone. So tonight we'd like to honor Paul as we bring out our own Mark Anderson, and he's going to sing Paul's signature song, It's Hard to Be Humble. Mark.
Oh Lord, but it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror, 'cause I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I must be a hell of a man. Oh Lord, but it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can. I used to have a girlfriend, but I guess she just couldn't compete with all of this love-scarred women clamoring around my feet. Well, I possibly could find me another, but I guess they're all in awe of me. Who cares? I'll never get lonesome, 'cause I treasure my own company. I guess you could say I'm a cowboy outlaw, tough and proud. I could have lots of friends if I wanted, but then I wouldn't stand out in a crowd. Some folks say that I'm egotistical. No, I don't even know what that means, but I guess it has something to do with the way that I fill out these skin-tight jeans. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror, 'cause I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I must be a hell of a man. Oh Lord, but it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can.
Mark Anderson. Also this year, we lost our Rotary president, our good friend, our go-to guy, and inman, Dan Longer. And it's going to be really tough to fill Dan's shoes. As a matter of fact, it's going to take all of us here tonight. Let me explain. At the end of every Rotary show, we sing a song called Broadway. And it was a song that was written to and for Wellston. And towards the end of the song, in the lyrics, it tells us why those boys from out of town were so attracted to those, our good-looking gals here in Wellston. And the verse comes up and says, though their dresses may be gingham, it's the nasty way they swing. And that's when Dan would always go, yeah. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to try our best to fill those shoes. So tonight when you hear, though those dresses may be gingham, it's the nasty way they swing them, we're all going to go, yeah! Thank you. Again, welcome to our 61st annual Wellston Rotary Show, and tonight we're going to celebrate in song Appalachian Springtime. Now, I don't know about you, but I can remember the exact time that I realized how lucky I was to live here in Southeast Ohio. That was the moment when a writer from the Cleveland Plain Dealer wrote an article about the uneducated, unfortunate, and uncouth people here in Appalachia. And all I could think about myself is this poor man. You know, he's never experienced the apple blossoms in springtime here in southeast Ohio. He's never seen Lake Alma at dawn. He's never experienced the hillsides just bursting with color in the autumn here in Appalachia. And he's definitely never chugged a bottle of ski. It doesn't get any better than that. Unless, of course, you can get a hold of a big old jug of good old Mountain Dew.